I'm way too busy showing them what greatness like.
Greetings, Factionistas, and welcome back to Faction Halloween.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and to the 31 Days of Halloween, which is a new YouTube video every single day. Holla. So today we're doing an alien. I wanted a little bit of an easy day, but something very fun. You know, you can use this on your kids. Some people say that my kids watch my videos, which is why I stopped swearing in them. And it's like a pretty cool makeup. I really like it. I don't know if this particular look has an original artist, but if it does, please leave it in the comments below, and I will definitely credit them in the description because this is super cool. Stay tuned to the end of the video for a super awesome Instagram giveaway. It's major. First thing I'm doing is I'm grabbing my Makeup Forever Flash palette, per usual, and look, I cleaned it. It's kind of clean. Sort of. You know. So I'm mixing black and white together to get a little bit of a gray, but it came out super blue, and I was #not a fan. So I mixed in some green and some purple to get this kind of shade, and then I tossed it right on top. And then I found myself in a little bit of a happier place, I think. Then I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier setting powder, and the Laura Mercier setting powder has a little bit of a yellow tinge to it, so when you set it with this powder in particular, it's going to give you a little bit more of an ashy tone, which I loved. I was trying to translate like celestial blue, but not too blue, so a little bit of violet in there, you know what I'm saying? So I was pretty happy. So I'm going back in with the Makeup Forever cream paint after setting it. I'm going to start highlighting these areas and all the parts of the face that I want to protrude forward. So we're going to go in for a little bit of a cheekbone, and we're going to go in for a little bit of a forehead, and a little bit of another cheekbone, because you can't have one without the other. And the reason that I set my face first before I put these highlight creams on top is because I didn't want this white to mix in with our foundation base. I wanted it to be as white as possible, so I wanted it to be set with a layer in between the two. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm going in with the Sigma 3D HD brush, which I love for buffing out under eye stuff, and I'm using that now to blend out that white cream paint to get a nice smooth gradient into our gray blue purplish base. Gray blue grain. So I'm going in one more time and setting it yet again, and again this powder is yellow, so it's going to give it a little bit of a yellow tinge, so there's going to be a lot of like very subtle different colors going on, which I love. Going in with this eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, and this is in the shade Friend Zone. I'm going to use it to get that faction contour. We need to look like we haven't eaten anything in 6 months. It's the perfect look. So I'm going in with that, and I'm just applying it and blending it and then layering it again. I use the same eyeshadow, and I layer it about 3 times, and that's going to give you a multi-dimensional. It's also going to get you really blown out. If you're having struggle blending contour or shadows, it's because you're not adding enough. Add more. So I'm going in with the eyeshadow by Anastasia, and this is Red Earth, and this is going to bring a little bit of warmth to the contour, but it's also going to help blend it out even further. So I'm applying it to the baseline of that contour and blending that right up and blending them all together, and then I'm going to go in with a clean brush after and buff all that out. So the drag video like changed me forever. I'm going to bake my alien, okay? So I'm taking some white eyeshadow and I'm putting a very straight line right on the base of that contour area, and I'm using this powder to sit on the skin for quite some time so that white eyeshadow really cooks into my skin and it'll really hold there. But once you apply the straight line, you want to blend out that bottom line and diffuse it and then just leave it. You can leave it forever or just dust it off at the end. Going in with my favorite felt tip eyeliner of life. You guys know this, the Tardiest Double Take Tarte felt tip eyeliner. It also has a mechanical pencil on the other side. And I'm using that now to start creating these slanted teardrops, and that's going to be the eyeball. So we're just going to apply that first. I'm not going to fill it in right away because you guys know that I am a little bit teary-eyed when I put on contacts. It's not the contacts itself, it's just me. I got real sensy eyes. So I'm not going to fill it in right away. I'm just going to kind of leave it there, but I wanted to get an idea of the overall shape before I kept going. So once that's there, I'm taking some black water activated face paint, and I'm now going to hollow out the negative spaces so we get that nice silhouette of the new face shape of a nice alien. So you essentially want to create your face shape into nice teardrop. So I'm using these black lines to kind of trick the eye into thinking that this is my head shape. So once I get that lines evened up, I'm going to fill them in, and then now that's our negative space. So the eye is only going to focus on this new face shape in the highlighted teardrop section. From there, I'm going to also do this to the forehead. So we want our forehead to not be as square as humans are. I want it to be very rounded. So I'm just going to do that on both sides of the temple and then blend that in right into the hairline. Bang. Do you love it? It's kind of coming together-ish. So now I'm using the same eyeshadows that we used to contour with, and I'm going to use that on the temple of the forehead. So I'm going to use that to now round it out. So when you have these face paints, you're getting a very even base, and that's very flat. There's no shadow or light, so you want to add that in yourself. Ooh, my phone's going. So you want to add those shadows in, and then it's going to really add that nice silhouette and give that rounded feel. But I'm also using red earth just around the perimeter of the forehead to add warmth and as well as depth and movement. So I'm going to go in now and contour my nose a little bit. I'm still struggling with like the beauty of contouring a nose. It's very hard to get it to do its job, but to be subtle enough where it doesn't look stupid. So I just use those same eyeshadows to contour my nose. And now I popped in my contacts. These are from ScaleraLenses.com. I will have them linked down below. So I'm going in with a waterproof black eyeliner because my eyes are hooded and I am a crier, I told you. So I need waterproof everything. So this is the Aqua XL Liners by Makeup Forever, and I'm just applying that before the face paint. And then I'm going to get some black face paint, and I'm going to fill in our little teardrop eye shape. Ta-da. Here he comes. He's coming. We're almost there, homies. So from there, I'm going to go in and highlight some more. So I'm taking that white cream paint again, and I'm going to highlight this brow bone, essentially the brow ridge above the black eyes. I'm going to do that on both sides. And then you're going to take it to some other areas. So I'm taking it to the chin. I want to take it to the highest planes of the face. So I'm going to take it to the chin, anywhere where light would hit. That's really could be your focus to help you figure this out. I'm doing it around the perimeter of the face, underneath that top cheekbone. Essentially, this could be the bottom jawline. I'm doing it around the temples as well. And the nosies. Look at that drag nose. Aliens probably have tiny noses, you know? They could smell your fear. Or something. So I'm also doing the Cupid's bow too. I mean, I'm telling you, this drag tutorial has changed me. It's changing the way I highlight and contour. So I'm doing a little bit of a highlight in the middle of the cheek too, so that's going to add more of a succulent cheek, but it's also going to sink in the inner corners of the eye once we shade it. So I'm applying it right here, and I'm contemplating life, and if this is a good decision right now, and then I decide to blend it out, and it does work out pretty okay. So essentially this is going to be a nice little succulent apple of the cheek, and then we're going to go in with some shadow, and we're going to contour it to make it look sunken in. So I'm using the same eyeshadows now around all the highlights that we just did. Like I told you in my previous video, highlights and shadows are dating. You want to keep them together at all times because they're inseparable, and it's really annoying. So I'm going in with the red earth eyeshadow and then a little bit of black to finish it off to get maximum depth, and I'm just hugging that around all of the highlights that we had just made. So starting with the two brow bones, and you can see when you keep shading it, it starts to really, get that curvature going, and it has more interest. So now I'm taking some more eyeshadow, and I'm applying that right underneath the inner corners of the eye, and that's going to add separation between the inner corners of the eye and our new succulent apple of the cheek, and that's going to add a little bit more dimension and depth to it, add more interest to the overall makeup. And once that's on, highlighting on top of it right above the faux tear duct, and also hugging that around the eye itself. So now I'm highlighting my unibrow area because I decided to make a little bit of a separation from the forehead and the nose. So you want to add the highlight first. I always like to highlight first for some reason. That's just me. So I'm highlighting that area to really protrude it out, and then taking eyeshadow to put it right at the base of that and blend it down into the nose. And that's going to tell the eye that the forehead is protruding higher than the nose. I'm going into this Makeup Forever Aquarelle water paint, and we're going to use that to highlight the tops of the eyes. This is essentially adding fake shine, so it looks like the eyes are wet and shiny. I'm going with that eyeliner again, adding some little nosies, and we're almost there. So I put my hood on because I'm an alien on the run, and I decided I needed to contour this brow bone area a little bit more. So I'm taking that same eyeshadows in that same color family, and I'm going to apply some shadow right above our unibrow highlight. And then once you get some shadow in, it's nice to always put additional highlight on top of that. So I'm taking some white eyeshadow and I'm applying a little bit more brow area to the top of the eyeshadow we had just done. And that's going to really add maximum depth. But then you're all done, my friends. Did you guys like it? You're a little alien. This is a really fun costume for you if you want to just be silly, throw on a hoodie. It's very low maintenance. You want to put it on your kid, all that good stuff. So, contest time. Go over to my Instagram account and look for this image for the full rules, but I partnered with Makeup Forever to do a little bit of a glam and ghoul contest. So grab your makeup brushes and create your favorite glam to ghoul makeup. So that could be one side of your face is glam, the other side of your face is ghoul, or you could pick frame them together for a little bit of an editing effect. Glam could be anything cute, sassy, beautiful, artistic, avant-garde, and ghoul could be anything scary, gory, bloody, shaded, demon, whatever you want. Very artistically interpreted and however you would like. I'm going to pick my favorites. There's going to be 3 winners, 1 winner every week, all the way up until October 31st. So again, you guys can win $500 worth of Makeup Forever products. So check out my Instagram account. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye, friends. What's like an alien thing to do?
Nothing, they just stand there looking scary.
I can like probe your butt on camera. Oh, my highlight came off my nose. Oh no.